Hey, what's happening? What's happening, y'all? It's me coming back at you again with another live hangout vid while I'm in my hotel room. I'm gonna go ahead and do a live chat. Probably be a little brief about this, about an hour or so, maybe get some guys on here. But yes, you guys, you see this on the timeline. I just came off the Ring IQ's live hangout. Shout out to the brother, the Ring IQ. He should do more of those hangouts, man. If you listen to Ring IQ, brother, you know you speak some good game, man. You should start doing the hangouts. All right, so those who are coming in, do me a favor. While you're coming in, please hit the like button on the description box below, so we'll get started. All right, as you guys can see, as I just found out from the Ring IQ's live hangout platform, he just went in on Triple G, and rightfully so. Golovkin has just announced, or Tom Lochner has now dropped his 50-50 split. Yeah, what's going on, Red Glove Milton? Man, long time no hear, brother. Yeah, I'm liking it too. Everybody's on everybody's hangout. Yeah, 1224529. What's happening, sister? I was over there at the Ring IQ, man. He's doing some good stuff over there. Yeah, so he drops his 50-50 split request with Oscar De La Hoya. When Oscar De La Hoya pretty much punked him and say, "Look, if you don't accept what we giving you, then we're going to go somewhere else." So someone had brought this to my attention as well, which it could be true. I'm not going to read too much into it. I know to me, it looks like a conspiracy. But think about it. Golovkin gets stripped of his IBF title today, right? He refuses to fight his mandatory and Sergey Derevchenko. Then, earlier today was reported is that Oscar De La Hoya contacted Eddie Hearn to set up a fight with Danny Jacobs. Now, given the fact that Golovkin got stripped, and that this news came out that that Canelo is now willing to fight Danny Jacobs and give him a high payday, Golovkin is now running back to Canelo and say, "Okay, I'm gonna drop my 50-50 request. Let's renegotiate for the fight for the fall." What kind of fuckery is that right there? Look, I understand it's a big payday and all, but I'm not going to change my stance on this. Is that Gennady Golovkin has wasted his 2 years fucking around with this guy Canelo Alvarez. And let me tell you why. Because Canelo Alvarez and his team have punked him out of a unification undisputed championship bout with Billy Joe Saunders, which we all now agree that was pretty much a mistake. I understand paydays are paydays, but come on, man. Sometimes legacies should be a little bit more about paydays. Is that what Gennady Golovkin was in this business about? About legacy? So, I mean, dude, this has not been a very, very, very good day for Gennady Golovkin at all. I think they kind of expected the IBF to strip him anyway. But the fact is now they're going to run it back to De La Hoya and Golden Boy to make this fight work and accept the initial terms that they agreed to. I don't know, man. I don't know. He literally should have moved on from Canelo Alvarez, but it just seems like he can't because the money's too good. Exactly, 1224529. It's just that all money's not good money. Exactly, I agree. It's just that this bullshit is just getting out of hand, man. You letting one. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Give me 1 second, guys. My bad. Gotta send this text here. I see the Warriors are beating up the Cavaliers right now for him here. Is that true? All right. Anyways, I like it. Oh my God, man. But look, let's be realistic. We all knew that he was not going to get a 50-50 split. We all knew that. Let's clear that out the way. But the most disappointing part is that he's running back to the same team that's preventing him from getting these other fights that he could have made for the last 2 years. I mean, like you said, 1224529, all money is not good money. I mean, if it's worth that high figure payday, then so be it. But there are repercussions behind that. You lost your IBF belt. Now you find out that your only golden goose is now going to fight off. Is potentially going to fight another guy and give him a payday while you have to sit around and wait. Then that's not good. Or technically he's trying to tell you that, look, I don't need you, which is Canelo. Drug test controversy or not, you still need me if you want that payday. So you're gonna have to do what I say. And exactly what's been going on for the last 2 years with this shit, man, with Golovkin and Canelo. I mean, let me look at the chat here. Mr. Doc says, look, I've been saying for years now that Tommy Boy is a career killer. You know what, man? Tom Loeffler let's give him some credit and what credit is due. He has done a good job of marketing Golovkin for initially for a few years ago. He has. Let's give him credit for that. But as of recently, the way he's been managing his fighter's career for the last 2 or 3 years, it's just not looking good, man. I know some people say, well, he fought Jacobs and he's fought Canelo the last 2 years. Yeah, I get that, but most people thought he lost that fight against Jacobs, a controversial fight. All right? And he didn't beat Canelo, a draw. Some people felt he won. Some people felt he lost. Good even fight, but the fact is that there's other fighters out there in the middleweight division that's there for the taking. You got Charlo, you got Jamal Charlo, you got Billy Joe Saunders, you got, which is an undisputed fight. By the way, Saunders actually signed on to fight Gennady Golovkin, and Gennady Golovkin's team turned it down because Golden Boy went in there and told them in interviews, say, look, if you take that fight with Saunders, we're not giving you that payday. Plain and simple. And that's exactly what happened. You turned that fight down. You're not fighting your mandatory. Abel Sanchez has come out and said that, look, he's pretty much saying that we're only going to take fights that makes financial sense going forward. We're not going to let these sanctioned bodies dictate my fighter's career. So even if they have to give up, he did hint that one of those belts was going to be given up anyway. So if they have to give up the WBC belt, which I don't see happening anytime soon, but if it does, they'll give it up. Oh my God, man. Now, like I said, he's not had a bad career. Triple G's had a very good career. Let's not dismiss that. He has. The one thing I will not accept now is that people running around saying that his career middleweight is better than Hawkins. You can't say that now because Bernard Hawkins actually fought all his mandatories. He unified that division. He was an undisputed champion. He had Hall of Fame wins there at middleweight. He's had pound for pound wins there. So, and Golovkin's had neither. I mean, again, he is the best middleweight in recent times, but from the looks of it, I was listening to the Ring IQ. He doesn't buy into the narrative that 36 years old doesn't mean you're old. I get what he said, and I did mention the fact that he has taken a lot of damage in his career, and he's slowed down a bit. And he did bring up a good point about Miguel Cotto, but the fact is Miguel Cotto actually rejuvenated his career, regained his form with the help of Emmanuel Stewart. And some bit of help from Freddie Roach as well, but more credit to Emmanuel Stewart before his passing. So I don't know I don't know, man. Like I said, you can't make that argument now. Anybody who's trying to defend that resume. I mean, like I said, it's not a bad resume, but to put him over Hawkins, that's thrown out the window now. It's thrown out the window. Now, can he get it back? Can he get back the IBF title? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I really, really, really doubt it right now, guys. I doubt he'll go back and get the IBF title. I really doubt he'll go after Saunders. Why I would say that is because Abel Sanchez told Michelle Joy Phelps that they are not interested in Billy Joe Saunders. They're not going to pursue that belt. They said that Billy Joe Saunders is playing games. Really? Well, that's a fib right there, it's Abel, because Billy Joe Saunders actually signed on to the fucking fight. He signed the end of his contract. He even put off his mandatory shot with Avatel Cursity to make that fight happen. And look where it's gotten him. Yeah, Ukuma, that's what's going to happen. They're going after Mariota. That's what they've been hinting for a while now. Ryoto Mariota, the Japanese celebrity fighter in Japan, who's not necessarily a celebrity, you know what I mean, but, Olympic gold medalist, a good fighter who beat Hassan Nadal, got robbed in the first fight, redeemed himself in the second fight in the rematch, but the fact is that Mariota is a huge draw in Japan. Not as big as a draw as Canelo here in the States, but he is a big draw in Japan, and that's a good money fight right there. So more likely they'll chase that fight and go to Japan and get that one done. But from the looks of it, the Mariota fight may not happen soon because Loeffler and his team, Triple G, is running back to De La Hoya, and they have dropped the 50-50 request. Like I said, we knew it wasn't going to happen, but the fact that matters is that you're running back to the guy who's pretty much fucked around. You let him fuck around your career for the last 2 years. He's punking you. This is what's going on. Oh man, let's see what else we got in the comment section. Fighter IQ says Triple G is making mistakes. Yeah, he is, man. He is. I mean, how can you have two stones killed one bird in one day, man? It's just sad, man. He is messing up big time. This is just not looking good. Mr. Doc says, I'm not giving Tommy Boy credit for nothing. Hey, I hear you, brother. I hear you. What's good? What's good, man? Boxer fan says, now the IBF is vacant. Do you think Jacobs is the next available contender for that shot? Do you think that fight will happen? You know what? Let's look at the IBF rankings. That's a good question. Let me see. Let me look at the IBF rankings. Let's see. Mariota might drop him. He can crack. Yeah, Mariota can punch very hard. And he is a little bit faster on his feet than Triple G. So, you know, that fight is not as easy as Triple G's team think they may look. That's a very difficult fight, believe it or not. But it's worth the risk, according to their Loeffler, Sanchez, and Golovkin. So, but yeah, let me see. Let's look at the IBF rankings right now and see what who Derevchenko should fight. IBF rankings. All right, let's see. All right, so in the middleweight ranking, now that Golovkin is no longer the champion. All right, so we don't have the May rankings yet. That's interesting. Let's go to March then. April. I'm sorry. Let's go to April. April rankings. I'm surprised we don't even have May. That's kind of odd. Why did IBF update their ranking status for May? All right, let's go to April then. All right, so in April, you got Derevchenko, then you have Jacobs. So you know what? Those two may have to fight for the vacant title. That's a good point. So Jacobs versus Derevchenko is going to be the fight that the IBF is going to make. They're going to sanction that fight. Can Triple G redeem himself? He has the opportunity, but from the looks of it, he ain't fighting Saunders. They've ruled that out. He ain't fighting Charlo. They've ruled that out too. And yeah, here they are trying to chase Canelo again. They're chasing him. They're trying to make that fight now from the latest report that just came out. And, Mariota more than likely. But the fact is Mariota, more likely the Canelo fight is going to take a more precedence over the Mariota fight. So this is more of a cash out. It's not a bad thing that they're trying to cash out. But to me, from the looks of it, if Golovkin were to end his career, by fighting Canelo, it still comes up way short as far as the wins is concerned, because you do need some bodies, and he doesn't really have the bodies on his resume. I really doubt that he could. Yeah, I agree, Akuma. I just can't see how he can redeem himself. I mean, he has a chance, but I just don't see it. Let me see. Mr. Doc says 1224529, but redeemed to what extent? The man actually had undisputed literally in his grasp in his own country. Yeah, he did. He had that opportunity there. He literally had the opportunity. But like I said, you passed up that opportunity for a big payday, and pretty much looked like it's a bit of a mistake, in my opinion. I mean, this is why I always tell people this, man. Great fighters don't get remembered by how much they've made in their career. They don't get remembered by that. They are remembered and respected by the fights that they've taken. That's how they're remembered. The fights that they've taken and the titles that they've won. Because if you look at guys like Sugar Ray Leonard, you look at Mike Tyson, yes, people bring up the fact that they made this amount of purses in their career. but they're more remembered by they're most remembered by the fights that they've had that they've won. Okay, I know some people. There's going to be a little fraction out there that's going to defend Golovkin's decision to run back to De La Hoya and drop his 50-50 request, and then defend. Did go after the IBF for stripping him. But you can't blame the IBF here because they actually have given him 2 exemptions already. The fact that they've given him 2 exemptions without unifying with Saunders. They can't wait no more. They say, look, that mandatory is overdue. You need to fulfill it. If you don't, we're going to strip you. And this is exactly what happened. So let me see. Yeah, let's look at the chat. Yeah, Chill Zone says Triple G got to renegotiate now for one less belt now. Yeah, exactly. That's what's going to happen. He has that WBA and IBF and the WBC. And what's sad about that is that he didn't win those titles in the ring. They were handed to him. The only title that he actually won in the fight was the IBF title, the same title that he got stripped from. So that's how bad this thing looks right here, man. It's like, oh my goodness. But another thing is that I recall a time when Canelo had vacated his belt because of the WBC belt, when we all went after Canelo for doing that, and rightfully so. And if you look, and people called him a coward and a pussy because he refused to fight his mandatory at the time, Triple G. But those who did call him a pussy and a coward, I'd like to see them apply those same standards to Golovkin because he refused to fight Derevyanchenko. So is he a pussy for doing that? I won't call him a pussy, but I'm just saying that if you call Canelo a coward and a pussy for doing that, then the same standards should apply to Golovkin, right? I'm not saying that, but you get my drift. Riddick Bowe. Let me see. Somebody brought up Riddick Bowe in the conversation. Hold up. Let me take a look at here. The history is not kind to people who get stripped. Just look at Riddick Bowe's legacy. Yeah, Kuma, here's the thing. Riddick Bowe actually vacated before he got stripped. And yeah, it did look bad in his career that he refused to fight Lennox Lewis. And Riddick Bowe got into the Hall of Fame regardless. And we all knew he got into the Hall of Fame due to those Holyfield fights. But, if you look at his career overall, is he one of the greatest heavyweights of all time? No, I don't put him up there as one of the. It's debatable whether he's an all-time great or not. I don't see him as an all-time great. He was a damn good heavyweight. He is a Hall of Famer, but it's disputed. Let's put it that way. Kiwi, what's going on, brother? What's going on, man? What's going on? Oh man, yeah, we're talking about the Golovkin thing, man. Golovkin loses his title by the IBF, and now he's going to run back to Oscar De La Hoya and say, okay, Oscar, I'm not going to take the 50-50. Let's go ahead and adhere to the initial terms to get this fight done. Oh, my God. This is, like I said, am I being too harsh on Triple G, guys? Let me know in the comment section. Am I being too harsh on him? If I am, please let me know. Let's see what's going on. Let me see. The most disappointing thing about this thing is all these fighters are winnable for him. Yeah, he's ducking. Yeah, it is. A duck is a duck, man. Plain and simple. It is. Look, I'm not going to say, dude, it's just no way of getting around it. They told him and say, look, you have to fight your mandatory. We've given you too many exemptions already. You should not have fought Martirosyan. We warned you about that. We were going to allow you to give you another exemption to fight Martirosyan if you give us a commitment to fight Derevyanchenko. He's had plenty of time to work this out, and he didn't. Yeah, we got to applaud the IBF. They've been more than lenient. Believe it or not, they have. Usually they'll grant exemptions if it's a unification bout. But in this case, they gave him 2 of them. 2 exemptions. So it's like, wow. Yeah, without the IBF belt, things should change. Yeah, I mean, Kiwi, yeah, it's definitely going to change things when it comes to the negotiation table. So, let me see. Well, I don't know, man. Great Drake says, "What's up, Drake? Great Drake. Before I get to you, no, I'm not. You're being honest. Yeah, I'm being honest here, man. I'm being on. I mean, System Miss 1224529. Mr. Doc says that errors are for one thing, but all my heroes make mistakes, but not at this level of pure bullshit. You could be right, Mr. Doc. You could be right. I mean, look, all great fighters have had their titles stripped from them because they've refused to fight mandatories. We get that. I know history will be brought up into this conversation. I get that. I understand that. But those fighters got crucified too for not defending their belts against their mandatories. They all have been criticized, and Golovkin is no exception to that rule. So if those fighters are going to get criticized, Golovkin deserves a criticism here too. It's all fair game, you know. We're aware of that, but we're not talking about those fighters from the past that got criticized for being stripped and not fighting their mandatories. Hell, Terence Crawford even got criticized for not fighting Sergey Lipinets. You know, I know some people. Yeah, he has. I criticized him. I thought that IBF weren't being, was not giving Crawford. I thought they were being too harsh on Crawford. But hey, it is what it is. He did vacate the belt. He should have defended it against Sergey Lipinets. I called it a duck. All right, I'm consistent here. I did say that. It's a duck. A duck is a duck. All right, but does that mean he's afraid of Sergey Lipinets? No. Is Golovkin afraid of Derevchenko? No. But the fact is a duck is a duck. Plain and simple. When you vacate your belt for refusing to fight your mandatory, it's a duck, man. No question about it. Let me see. Great Drake says, look, I'm sick of Ojibwe G. I'm no longer a fan. Well, I mean, you're within your rights. You're inclined to say that, man. Didn't Triple G lose to Dimachenko in the amateurs? You know what? I heard something about that, Loose Stones, man. What's going on, man? I heard something about that. And I heard that they do have a past there, and there's something about Derevchenko that Triple G doesn't like. That's what I heard. That's just a word for the grapevine. I don't know that. I don't know that. I don't know that for a fact. Forgive me, guys. I'm texting here. Oh, man. Let me see. Yeah, big ups to the IBF. At least they got one governing body that don't bend for money. Yeah. Well, Kiwi, what the thing about the IBF is that they have really enforced their policies and the rules in the recent years, almost 2 decades, because of that huge scandal that they had, the bribery scandal they had with them and Bob Arum. So that was a huge, I think it involved a federal criminal probe behind that because of the bribery. And ever since that whole bribery scandal had almost crippled that organization, they had to really do some serious reforms. So that's why they're not going to allow money influence to their policy. So Daryl Peoples has been at the reign for many years, and he's ran a very, very tight organization. So after that bribery scandal, that nearly crippled them. So funny how Triple G wants to fight Canelo now since he has to fight Charlo. Well, that's part of it, but that could be part of it. Great, but the thing is, too, after you heard the news that Canelo actually contacted Danny Jacobs to make the fight, that really prompted Loeffler and his group to run back to Canelo and say, okay, before you decide to go fight anybody else, we'll drop the 50-50 request. Let's make this happen. We'll adhere to our initial terms that we agreed to. That's exactly what just happened. This is just the report that just came out right now. So Akuma says that Triple G beat him in the amateurs. Okay, he did beat him. Okay. Mr. Doc says it was the amateurs, no excuses. And hey, the bottom line is that the Divas in the 80s, Sugar Ray Leonard still got plenty of bodies on his resume. Yeah. Leonard's got, 4 or 5 bodies on his resume? Well, he's got 4 of them. He's got Benitez, Hearns, Duran, and Hagler. I mean, all of Leonard's losses were Hall of Fame fights. Camacho, Norris, and Duran. So, Yeah, Leonard's got bodies on his resume. Hopkins, we all know he's got bodies on his resume at middleweight. We know that. So, yeah. Michael Nunn got bodies on his resume. So, I mean, if I had to do a rating, I probably wouldn't even put Triple G above Michael Nunn because Michael Nunn's had better wins at middleweight than Triple G. So, let me see. James Toney got some good wins there, too. So, I mean, I'm going to have to do a resume comparison. Well, a top 10 middleweights breakdown with if Gennady Golovkin can make that list. I'm going to have to do that some other time. Craig Drake says Crawford did not duck Lipinets. He unified with Adongo and left the division to fight at welterweight, not to avoid Lipinets. I mean, that could be an argument too, Craig Drake, but Crawford was ordered to fight Lipinets. He did receive that notification and he vacated his belt. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. Let's see. Mr. Doc says Sean Porter fought Danny Jacobs in the amateurs. Do you think Porter could beat Jacobs now in the pros? I don't know. That's a huge, huge weight advantage right there. I mean, Sean Porter himself is pretty big for a fucking welterweight, so who knows? Kuma's Exception says that Crawford deserves a pass because he became undisputed. After you become undisputed, you can do whatever you want, in my opinion. You know what? That's a good point, Akuma. That's a very good point. Maybe Crawford's situation, there's more leniency with him because he actually unified that division. He fought all the top fighters there. Yes, Lipinets was there. Yeah, he should have fought him. But, you know, he didn't just vacate the belt. He just got out of that division altogether. So, yeah, you could say that he gets a little bit more leniency than Triple G because Triple G is not leaving the division. But the fact is that, yeah, he was told you have to fight Lipinets. You have to come up with you have to negotiate with the man. But the shady thing about that is that they didn't even give him a window. Or actually, the purse bid was immediately called a few days after they ordered the fight. And I think that was Lipinets and his group that did that. The team called the purse bid because they knew that Crawford wasn't going to negotiate or Top Rank weren't going to negotiate, you know, because they're going up against Al Heyman. So, yeah, it is what it is. Oh man, this is just sad, man. Sad news for Gennady Golovkin. Sad news. I mean, there's nothing more to be said about this. You know, you're running back to Golden Boy to be their fucking puppet, as Rig IQ says. You know, literally, he has to move on from them, but he's not doing it. I mean, is it really worth the fucking payday? I mean, Jesus. You know, again, now that you're one belt short, you don't have much room to negotiate, which they kind of acknowledge now. So it is what it is, man. But anyways, guys, I'm going to take off right now. I want to chop this up pretty quickly. I have to get to, dinner right now with the company, team dinner. So other than that, I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.